second graders, this is Mrs. Gilmore. So today we are going to use what we've learned about addition and subtraction, and we're going to start using those strategies to solve some word problems. And in today's lesson, we are going to learn how to solve word problems that are add to situations and take from situations. So we're talking about addition and subtraction. So in add to problems, we have a certain amount that is changed by something being added to it. From our take from problems, we have a certain amount that is being changed by taking from that first amount. So first thing I want you to do is open up your SAB book to page 31. And we're going to take a look at problems number 1 and 2 and draw some pictures for them. So the first problem in your SAB on page 31 is number 1, and we're going to read that together. Number 1 says, the school has 5 computers in the library. They buy some more computers, and now there are 12. How many computers does the school buy? So the first thing I'm going to do is underline the important information. I know that the school starts with 5 computers, so that seems pretty important. I'm going to underline 5 computers. Then they buy some more, and I'm going to underline some more because I know they buy more computers, but I don't know how many they buy. Then it says now they have 12 computers, so I'm going to underline 12. That's the amount that they have after they bought more computers. So my question I'm going to underline, actually I'm going to circle my question. My question has the question mark at the end, and it says how many computers does the school buy? So I need to figure out a way to draw some pictures or use some strategies to try and solve this problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an equation. Here's my problem again. I'm going to make an equation that shows 5 computers that the school started with. And I'm going to say they added some more computers. I don't know how many, but they added some more. So I'm going to say box for my number that I'm missing. Equals, and I know they have a total of 12 computers after they're all done buying computers. So my total is 12. So this is what my box, my equation would look like. So this is an add to problem, and this is an add to problem because it's adding to the number that they started with, which is 5. But this is an add to problem with the other added missing. I don't know how many more they added. So I'm going to start by making a math mountain for this. I know the T total, my T total is 12 computers total. At the end of my problem, I have 12 computers. So I'm going to put 12 at the top of my mountain. At the bottom of my mountain, I know they started with 5 computers, and my box is how many computers they bought, and I don't know how many that is. So there's a couple different ways that I can solve this. I'm going to use some circles to try and solve this. I'm going to start with 5 computers that they started with. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 5 computers they started with. I know they have to have 12 computers total. So I'm going to keep adding my circles until I get to 12. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's another 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 computers all together, and this is the number of computers they had to add to get to 12. So if I count up my circles that I added, I have an extra 5 here, plus 2 more, is 7. So I can say they bought 7 more computers to get to 12 computers total. Okay? You might also show this in subtraction. So you can start with 12 computers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can cross off the 5 computers that they started with, and whatever computers are left over are the ones that they added, that they bought some more of, and that's 7. So there's a couple ways you can solve this problem. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2 is Alma has 17 beads. So that's my first piece of important information, 17 beads. And she uses 9 of those beads. And I'm going to say uses because uses makes me think that she's taking beads away from the 17 beads that she started with. So she uses 9 of them to make a bracelet. And my question is, how many beads does she have left? Now that left makes me think subtraction. I'm taking away from the 17 beads that she started with. So this is a take from problem. So if I was going to make an equation for this, I would say Alma started with 17 beads. She took away from 17 beads by using 9 of those beads. And I'm not sure how many she has left. So I'm going to put my box there. So if I was going to create a math mountain for this, I would start with my largest number on top. That's my total number of beads that Alma started with. I know that she took 9 of them away to use for a bracelet, but I don't know how many were left. So that's where my box is going to go. So in this situation, I have a take from problem. So I'm going to use 17 beads, and I'm going to draw circles for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I like drawing in groups of 5. That way I can count them easily in my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 2 more would make 16, 17. Now I know she takes 9 of those beads away to use for a bracelet, so I'm going to take 5 away and 4 more to make 9 beads that she takes away. Then I'm going to circle my leftover beads. And I can count. I have 5 here in this box. 1 more is 6, 7, 8. So I know she has 8 beads left after she uses 9 for a bracelet. So what you're going to be doing now is you're going to be using your circles and your math mountain and your equations to answer the rest of the questions on page 31. Then you're going to turn in your SAB to page 32. On page 32, you're going to see more add to and take from problems. And I want to make sure that you remember that when you're reading your problem, you need to underline the important information and circle your question before you try and do your math mountain and your equation and your circles. So in your show your work section, your show your work section is over here. You want to have an equation, something plus something equals something, or something minus something equals something. You want to have a math mountain with your total on top and your add-ins on the bottom. And you want to have your circles that you used to count up and take away from. So go ahead and do page 32 in your SAB. When you're done with 31 and 32, come and check your SAB pages with Mrs. Gilmore.